Alright, continuing toward Camp 5. One thing that has become apparent in both Camp 5 and Camp 4. Alright, we're leaving Camp 5, gonna cross the road, going into Camp 7, aka Delta. Let's see how much Delta has changed. Yeah, it doesn't really seem to be that bad, to be honest with you. Let's go through a parking lot and let's have a look. Yeah, this is Delta. I remember playing on those stairs. Well, maybe not these stairs specifically, but stairs in general. Still in Delta. Still a little drive-through. Seeing what's around. Judging by the number of cars, it still seems to be a popular place to live. It's quite funny driving around this. Kind of realize that most of the places we know really well are places we used to grow up and skate, and Delta is not one of those places, so I'll just end up in a dead-end car park again. I mean, some of these trees have become really massive. See, I have no recollection of the pool at Delta. I'm sure others will. I just don't. Yeah, big, massive trees. Definitely been here for a while. Haven't been chopped down. It's quite nice to see. Look at that, Yanbu Recreation Center. Well, I'm gonna have to go back and get a picture of that. Alright, so this is a part of the Royal Commission beyond Delta, towards the water, towards the coast. That was just about getting people moving in as we were leaving. So I don't really know much about this place, apart from the fact that yeah, it's relatively young compared to the Royal Commission. But again, look at the size of these trees. I mean, they feel like they've been there for ages. And I suppose a lot does happen in 25 years. Well, it looks relatively nice and peaceful. And this is kind of what the rest of the Royal Commission used to look like when we grew up there. The only thing I'm not entirely sure about is all these AstroTurf mounds in the middle of the housing estates, but yeah, apart from that, it looks quite nice. Paint job's worn a bit. Again, there seems to be people living here. Let's do a little bit of a drive through and see where this takes us. Nice little playgrounds. Oh. And we're back to the ring road with, oh my goodness, what is that? Could that be the desalination plant? I'm not entirely sure, to be honest with you, but it's something nice and big. Alright, back on the ring road. Let's see how I can get back to the core of the Royal Commission. Alright, at the waterfront. Look that way. One big long stretch of beachfront or waterfront. Same on the other side. Not sure what that big massive development over there is, but I'm sure it's, oh, it looks like the Movenpick Hotel. Wow. Lots of boats in the horizon over there. And there's still development going on. Beachfront. I suppose it would have been nice to hang out here when we were growing up, but we never would have been able to get here, so it's probably just a moot point. But again, this is all real grass down here. This is all really nice. Playgrounds for the kids. Yeah, I just imagine this to be quite a nice bit in the evening. People people to come and chill out. Alright, driving along the coastal road again. It's a bit of a marina to the right of me. It's called the Also Park. It's for the youth. You can check it out. Youth Beach, Youth Park. And this is now taking me back, I guess, towards the refineries. That bit on the left of me is that newish camp I was telling you about earlier, and that big bit of development in front of me might be the desal plant. I'm not sure. Actually, you know what? I think the desal plant is those 3 towers directly in front of me now, but maybe the other one's the second one, because Yanbu's definitely grown. Not sure you can make out the 3 red and white stacks, the old Penrith stacks. Chimneys, they're dead ahead, but again, a bit far in the distance. We'll see if we can get a bit closer. Alright, this is the old school. This is the auditorium right over here. It's changed a little bit, and then followed by the rear entrance and the parking lot, which has now become a bit of a park, and the pool, which seems to be, well, it's still there, but it seems to have a bit of work on it. Wow. So in the other order, auditorium here, and this is going off to that main entrance of the school. They've gotten rid of the wall and that bit of the gate, the arch you had to walk through. Now it's just straight into the reception area. I did try, it's all locked up, couldn't get in. I think my days of breaking into school are behind me. And yeah, that was it. And that leads us over to the exit. Alright, just arrived at the Al Hussan International School, and this used to be the international school when they switched schools in the late 90s. Last time I was here in 2000, this was the international school. When most of us were here, this used to be the Arab Boys School, but now it's the Al Hussan International School. I'm intrigued if there's anyone here. Alright, they didn't allow me to go into the inside of the school, but I did get a couple of snaps of an empty pool and a playground, and that's about it. I was able to learn that Al Hussan International School, they took over from Yanbu International School YS several years back. They've got about 300 to 350 kids ranging from kindergarten up to grade 7, but they're going to have a grade 8 next year. Yeah, bigger. So we're at Camp 4 now. It's the old Shangri-La. Used to be a commissary, used to be a favorite barber shop. There used to be a fountain here. That's what I mean, they've kind of filled in all these fountains. It's not just a big lump of concrete here. Not exactly what you want to see. Here it is, Shangri-La. I'm gonna hopefully go in there as soon as prayer call is done. See what's happening. Looks exciting. Still there, baby. Alright, so this is where the barber shop used to be, but is no longer. This is where the commissary used to be, but also is no longer. There you have it. Alright, nice little roundabout here in Camp 4. Some of you guys might remember some of these houses. 4373, 4375. 0377. Oh, it looks exactly as it did. Now let's just see what's happening behind these houses. Because again, it seems like a lot of these plant pots that used to be here are all gone away. Look at that, that's just a big difference, isn't it? They just really removed everything and it turned into a bit of a car scrapyard almost. Alright, the ring road through Camp 4. Again, Eddie Spaghetti, he used to live around here somewhere. I'm afraid I do not recall the exact house. Just know it's one of these. Forgive my memory, dude. It's been ages. It's interesting, back in the day, not a single one of these walls was fenced off. Actually, here's one that's not fenced off. And two, these are the only ones I've seen that aren't fenced off. Back in the day, not a single one's fenced off. At the moment, it looks like every single one is fenced off. The Royal Guest House has been completely walled in now. It never used to be. That's on my right. So I have no idea what's going on in there. Oh, and I think I've gone through a bit of a fence somewhere. Maybe I shouldn't be here. Oh well. Let's go back to the Shangri-La and see if prayer call's finished, and so we can grab a spot of lunch. Here we are, back at the old Shangri-La, baby. Alright, here I am back at the car. I just realized I forgot my face mask and I forgot my phone. And the reason I need my phone is that anytime you go anywhere public within Saudi, you've got to have this particular app open that shows that you've got a green status and you're COVID free. So need that phone to show them, and then hopefully they'll let me in. Alright, leaving the Royal Commission, driving towards Old Town. This new flyover is new. Not sure where it goes. It's bound to go somewhere. So there is a little bit of no man's land still between Royal Commission and Old Town, which is what we're looking at now on the right and left. This is pretty much where the Air Force Base is. But as soon as we pass the Air Force Base, this road is completely filled up with buildings and development. This is the bit that's fenced off. Rumors have it they were using it for bomb practice, landmines, who knows. It's just one of these stories to keep us away, out. Alright, coming up on our left hand side now is the old Air Force Base. You can see the 3 missiles sticking up. Oh, and 3 missiles at an angle. Oh, and a tank even. There's everything there. Saudi Air Defense Group. There it is. Oh, by the way, next stop, hopefully, the Holiday Inn bowling alley. Alright, here we are. Yep, this is the Holiday Inn, baby. Alright, that was the Holy Inn. Unfortunately, the bowling alley got demolished about 6 years ago to make place for meeting rooms. That's what's happened to the place. Who wants to go bowling when they can have meetings instead? Anyway, let's see if we can get into Arabian Homes. Here we go. Alright, this is the second set of barriers I had to come through to get to Arabian Homes. Looks like there's a nice little command tower at the entrance there as well. Yeah, security's definitely beefed up a bit since we were last here. Let's have a look. Alright, might just have to turn you off for now. Alright, well that was Arabian Homes. They would not let me in. I even tried telling them I wanted to rent the place, but gotta make an appointment. So I might have to take that for a next visit to Yanbu. I can't say, they're at about 50% occupancy. All 17 pools are still up and running, they tell me. Playgrounds exist. And most of the people living here are, they said, American, Canadian, maybe European, not entirely sure. So yeah, that's Arabian Homes. Interestingly enough, the first Western person I saw whilst in Yanbu, my 2 days here, was somebody leaving from Arabian Homes. Other than that, there have been no Western people at all. Alright, let's go through the barriers again. They definitely beefed up, but yeah. Also, if you think back to what Arabian Homes used to be like, it's pretty much out in the middle of nowhere. Now it's kind of amongst Old Town Yanbu. Old Town Yanbu's really encroached upon this area. Alright, checkpoint coming up, gonna turn you off. Driving around the back of Old Town Yanbu, there's a whole network of highways out here. You've got the main bypass that connects the north to Jeddah, and this completely bypasses all of Yanbu. Then you've got this road, which I believe heads towards the airport. Not entirely sure. We'll find out. Got a big massive structure over there. Not sure what that is. And yeah, Yanbu's on my Old Town Yanbu's on my left. You see maybe some of the things in the distance. But again, this whole network of highways, it's all 6 lanes. It's insane. It is absolutely mental. There's absolutely nothing here 20 years ago. And now it's just full of houses. Alright, heading north out of Yanbu. This is the main road up the coast, which will eventually get you in Jordan. This used to be a 2-lane road. 1 lane going up, 1 lane coming down. Well, there's no lines on the road, but it could very easily be an 8-lane road. Street lights, yeah. Dual carriageway. Still nothing else out here. However, I don't know if you can see the skyline on that side, but that's all houses all the way up until the North Sharm. I'll be back. Alright, so those big buildings we saw opposite the South Sharm this morning seem to be the Taiba University Girls Colleges. And yeah, this is a nice bit of tarmac that takes us all the way over to those colleges. I will not be going down that road today. I've got to get me up to, well, back up to north of Lodge.
Exit the roundabout on
maybe the next trip, who knows.
Continue on Route 55 for 5 kilometers.
Alright, what is interesting though is, remember that this used to be a 2-lane highway, left and right, or up and down. And always at the second petrol station out of Yanbu, we'd swerve off the road and go to the North Sharm. Well, this is that second petrol station coming up right now. It's gone quite a bit bigger, a bit more modern as well. But yeah, this is it. Let's go check it out. Maybe it's closed. Yeah, it looks like it's closed. Okay. We'll just keep going to the next one, which will probably be at the cement plant. Oh yes, there's a petrol station at the cement plant now. How amazing is that? Alright, so just past that second petrol station, and as you can see now, there's turnoffs over here to the right, leading back to the Yanbu industrial city. This is that big bypass that bypasses Yanbu, but you can also use it to go back. So this is just past that second petrol station, the big intersection of highways. We've got the one that bypasses all of Yanbu when you go to Jeddah, which is where those trucks are coming from, and those trucks are going. And then you've got this road, which is the original highway going up the coast all the way up to Jordan. And again, look how wide and massive it really is. And the really interesting thing, as soon as these highways come back together, is that everything to the left and to the right of the highway has been fenced off, which means you cannot just leave the highway anywhere you like to go into the desert on the right or down to the coast on your left. There are breaks in the fence, so you can still go there. It just can't be anywhere you like. So yeah, don't know if you can see that fence. It's fairly transparent. But yeah, that's it, baby. Alright, so signboard, Lodge 119, Al Waj 289. I'm in the middle. Let's call it even 200 clicks to go before I get home. But that's not as relevant right now. What is relevant is, if you remember in the past, you could get to the North Sharm using either the turnoff after the second petrol station beyond Old Town Yanbu, or there used to be a microwave up on this hill coming up on the right hand side. And you'd as soon as you go past this hill, just at the bottom of this small hill, there'd be another left-hand turn you could take, the alternate route. So the microwave tower is gone. Not sure where it's gone to, but it's gone. And then this area over here is where we'd usually turn off the highway and make our way down to the North Sharm. And as you can see, nothing there but fence right now. There's the road, by the way. Yep, saw the road. Yeah, I'm telling you, everything has changed. And let's not be too pessimistic. Some for the better, but quite a bit for the worse. Alright, we're now approaching the cement plant turnoff, which used to be just a little T-junction off the highway, but now look at it. It's got its own proper sign. It's got its own little village at the junction, and there is a overpass at the junction. How remarkably insane is that? Yep, life has not stood still in the past 25-30 years here. Let's go check out the fuel station. Yanbu Cement Factory. Difficult to see, but there it is in the distance. There's a whole bunch of trucks in the way. The overpass by the cement factory. Alright, I'm gonna make my way north again, carrying on to Umloj. Alright, still heading towards Umloj, 35 kilometers away. Big rock over here. This is Al Shaban. I just went through all this, but I don't think the camera is recording, so I'm just going to do it again. So after these rocks, after this mini mountain range on my left, we're going to get to Al Shaban. Yeah, here's one of the best dive sites. Unfortunately, it's become off limits because there's an offshore island there that one of the princes has claimed as his personal sanctuary, and that means nobody's allowed anywhere near it. So Shaban is off limits because the prince wants his own little bit of paradise. Fair enough, if you've got the power, I guess you can do whatever you want. Anyhow, 35k till we get to Umloj, so last stretch. Well, then it's another hour after that, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Actually, don't have much. Well, you can see my fuel gauge there. So I'm running into the red with a light on for about 50k. I've passed 4 fuel stations, all of which have no fuel. Now, luckily at my last fuel station, I met a guy heading in the opposite direction. He's got to go all the way down to Jeddah, which is at least a 4.5 hour drive from here, and he's offered to come back with me, backtrack, following me, till I finally get to a fuel station where I can fill up. What a great guy. And again, like I said, he's going in the opposite direction. He's just come from here, but he says he can't leave me in this state by myself, so good guy. We might have a fuel station coming up, we'll wait and see, but I'm signing off. Alright, do you remember what those checkpoints used to be like as you left Yanbu, either going north or south all over the place? Well, there used to be a bit of a shack with a couple of police guys there, but now they've turned into something. Man, it's a whole new ball game. This is actually a smaller one right here. But yeah, proper building, bumps and everything, to really make sure people slow down. No more barrels on the road. Just a proper building. How bizarre. The previous one I went to was slightly more upmarket than this one. So we're just on the outskirts of Umloj now, hence the palm trees in the middle of the road. Not sure why they felt the need to put a pavement there. Can't imagine there's many people that walk here. We're still about 20 kilometers away from Umloj, so not exactly that close. But the water is quite nice. The water actually comes quite close. You won't be able to see it that well because the sun's blaring into it. But the water comes quite close, just behind me. And those of you guys that used to go to Umloj Beach when you were little, there used to be an old abandoned dhow kind of washed up on the side of the beach. We used to go and, well, picnic in. It's all good. Alright, to my left, they're building a stadium. I would imagine a soccer stadium. But it's still about 10 kilometers outside of Umloj. I guess there's some things we just can't question. We just have to accept that there probably is some form of logic to it. But yeah, that's Umloj straight ahead. You can see it all against the backdrop. Maybe you can't, it's too far away, but against the backdrop of the hills straight ahead. Goes all the way out to the edge over there. Almost back. Alright, here we have the flyover in Umloj. Will give us a bit of a higher view. Let's see what it's like. Nice mountains over there with the umlauj in front of it. How much do you know? Alright, here we go. Look at that, umlauj on the sea. It's quite nice light right now. There it is, sun's disappearing into the Red Sea. Another day comes to a close. I'm on my last 20 minutes before I get home. So, Yanbu. A lot of mixed feelings about the visit to Yanbu. On the one hand, the childhood we all enjoyed so much, that's gone. It's a different Yanbu. It doesn't mean I didn't enjoy my trip down memory lane, and I'll definitely be doing it again. I mean, let's face it, House of Donuts or House of Donuts. No, but Yanbu has grown, has modernized, has expanded. Very different. It's almost kind of a metropolis with big, massive shopping malls all over the place, shopping arcades. It's and this is for the Royal Commission and downtown Yanbu. On a little side note, all these lights you see over here, this housing, this compound with the helicopter parked outside, that's one of our compounds. Not my compound, but one of the compounds. I'm another 20k down the road. But yeah, no, a lot of mixed feelings. Yanbu has changed. Good to be back, good to see everything. But yeah, it's just a different Yanbu. Still think it'd be an amazing place for a reunion if we can all swing that at some point. The only downside to this trip down memory lane was that there was no one to share it with. Would have been nice to have had somebody else there, or better yet, a group of people that we could all kind of reminisce the bits we all remember and help jog each other's memories. But that's just something to look forward to in the future. So as the light begins to fade, I'll say goodnight, and I'll think about how I can get this into one little video and get out to everybody. What a ride.